Welcome to the second episode of Elevate Your Everyday with me, your host, Shayna Purcell. My voice is obviously not up to par, but that's okay because we'll look back and laugh someday. Joining me today as my first real guest is somebody I've known my entire life, quite literally. And she has been my best friend and my worst enemy at some points in life, which we all know. But I'd like to introduce to you my sister Alyssa Weekend. Welcome, Alyssa,
Hey
to the
everybody, how's it
podcast.
going? Hello, hello,
we
hello,
see
hello.
it's gonna be like a Tammy podcast. No, not. I wish it was.
I
I
will,
know.
it's baby
Baby
steps.
steps. We'll get there. Maybe she'll see it.
She might,
Maybe
she
she would
might.
be a guest on my podcast.
Oh man, she would be so
Manifest,
funny,
manifest. All
right?
right, so you know the premise of we're cozy. We're at home today. We're not in the studio. Alyssa lives in Alabama, so she's an hour behind
Mm-hmm.
us. And
War Eagle.
oh, roll tide.
It's not Roll Tide, it's War
Why is it
Eagle.
War Eagle?
Because that's Auburn University. Auburn and Alabama are rivals.
Okay, things I don't know.
It's
All I know
okay.
is the
Don't.
Patriots. So, do you want to
Oof.
make a comment
Sorry about that.
about? You
No,
want
no,
to
no, no,
throw?
no. Except fly,
Oh,
Eagles,
yeah.
fly, baby.
Anything else? Any other? What else we got? Penn State?
That's it.
No.
That's it. Look, it's okay. The Patriots, I think they've got it this year. I think I'm with Dave Harlow on this one. I
Okay.
think you guys have got it this
All
year.
right. Yep. Me and Dad are always, you know,
For sure.
fighting the good fight for like
Which is great. That's what a fan
it
is.
is.
Fans always have
Fans,
to
that's
be
important.
positive
It's
and
important, like having a team, like whatever sport it is that you believe in, that you like follow and get excited about it. Like that's
hmm
like, I don't know, it becomes like a tradition or becomes like a part of
yeah.
your week, when it's that season. I know it does in your household.
People don't understand me being from New England why I'm an Eagles fan, and it's because of David. And I never was into football until I met David.
And
So
David,
I'm allowed to be an Eagles
and who's
fan.
David?
David's my husband.
Good old
My very
DPW.
sweet, beautiful. That's right. A very sweet, beautiful
Chet
man.
and Dave. Chet and
Chet and
Dave.
Dave.
Nobody
Yep.
knows.
Someday they might.
Someday they might get Chet and Dave
You
and
never
Shrek might be
know.
on the podcast. So that's the thing about this one is it might be a little inside jokey, but that's just because this is how we talk when we're on the telephone.
Right.
So the main goal or my main goal of this podcast is, to elevate your everyday life. And that looks like a lot of different things. And you and I have been through a lot in life. But why don't you give us a little teensy background about where you're from and where you're based and, you know, where you
Yeah.
grew up?
Yeah. So Shayna and I are from New Hampshire. We're both born in Peterborough, New Hampshire, but we grew up and she told you the last podcast, Spofford, New Hampshire, which is a very small town. But we grew up in that town. We went to elementary school in that town. Then we went to Keene High School. So we kind of based the beginning of our, I'd say adulthood in Keene.
Mhm.
Shayna went to Keene State. So we were in Keene. I went to the Keene Beauty Academy. I did
How
not
many times can we say
feel the
keen?
need. Keene,
Keen,
Keene,
keen,
Keene,
keen.
Keene, Keene, Keene. I did not want to go to college. I did not. I don't think I ever saw myself going to college. So I did a cosmetology class at Keene High School, and I really, really liked it. So I went there, and I moved to Colorado for a year. Came back and lived in New Hampshire until about 10, almost 11 years
You
ago.
you had
Until
a
we moved
short
to.
stint in Boise too.
That was a 3 week vacation.
You
That
were
was
there
not
for
a
longer
living.
than that. It felt like longer.
three three
3 weeks.
weeks.
Okay. Well,
A very slow three
yeah.
weeks. Boise's beautiful, though, I will say. Lots of potatoes and onion fields, and yeah, but not a place I wanted to live. That's for sure.
But
So yeah,
considering how long you lived in Keene, like you've done way more traveling than I've done. Like talk a little bit about Aspen. That's a really cool like adventure.
Yeah,
Like what
Aspen.
made you decide to just like up and go to Aspen?
Well,
Which
our
might
friends at the time lived.
random.
Yeah, see, and I have a sweatshirt that says
This was
Aspen.
not planned. I did not plan that.
Target, Target. That's
Yeah,
fine.
Target.
Yeah, our friends moved out there. So after beauty school, I thought I'd go out there and cut hair and start my career at a salon in Aspen, thinking, cha-ching, I would hit the big bucks. Until they told me that in the state of Colorado, you have to have 2 years of experience in a salon outside of living from college. So you have to have 2 years of experience from your state before you move to Colorado to work in a
Oh
salon.
damn.
There's only 5 states in the United States that have that. So I worked at the Hickory House Rib Shack for about 9 months and decided it was time to come back to New Hampshire because that's not what I
Yeah.
just went to school. And that was, wasn't my passion to work at a rib
Yeah.
shack.
Though
But
good. Though a good one.
Aspen, yeah, it was a really good one. But Aspen's one of the most beautiful places in the world. If you ever get a chance to go out there for a couple days, spring, winter, if you ski, it's beautiful. So yeah, that was hard to say goodbye to, but everything happens for a reason. Came
It
back to Keene.
it sure does. And
So
um so you did the cosmetology thing and you were in Keene, you were living in Keene. Where did you work? Like what was your
Well, I started at Supercuts. I worked at Supercuts and Sally Beauty Supply at the same time because they
right
only
next door?
needed part time, right next door to each other. So it was like go to work at Supercuts from 9 to 5, and then go work at Sally's from 5 to 9. It was crazy. So yeah, I worked at Supercuts actually for a good long part of my career. I worked there for about 16 years total. So that was great.
Are we
Supercuts
old?
is a we're old. We're old.
16 years.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. If you're going to go to a chain salon, go to
Yeah,
Supercuts
that's a good
because you
plug.
will get the same haircut every
Every
time.
time. And they teach you that, right? Like the technique
You
and
have a you have a cutting technique. You have to take a week-long class. A certified director comes and shows you everything all week. You got to do it, do it, do it. You get graded. And I liked that structure. I liked having that structure. It made me who I am today, salon wise. So I do thank Supercuts. I always will thank Supercuts. So
I
yeah,
think
that's I
life-wise
did
too,
work.
though. I feel like, I mean,
Oh
you
yeah,
kind of grew up doing that there.
yeah. And always learning. They always came in and taught us stuff. Every few months we'd learn new things. But I did work at a couple other salons. I worked at Guys and Gals for a little while with my friend Katie and Dana. Worked there for a little while. So yeah, Shanna and I have worked at 30,000 places. I'm pretty
A
sure
million.
I don't understand how we did that, why we did that, but we did.
And like
Panera
Panera, I worked at Red
made
Lobster.
sandwiches. Oh
I
yeah, Red
worked
Lobster.
at Howard's
Howard's
Leather.
Leather. Howard's
That was my
Leather.
first job. I worked at Mort's.
Oof.
All of our family and like our friends right now that are listening are going, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, that's
Yeah.
right.
Mort's, Howard's.
Give it
Yeah.
to me. I worked
Panera.
at Strata. I worked at Hallmark.
Oh yeah. Hallmark.
I
That's
worked at
right.
Papa John's
A 2-4
Pizza.
Hallmark.
Shout out Shelby Burns.
Mm.
My God, we were,
Yeah, dude. That was the
yeah. I
best
mean,
when you used to come
Keene was
home with
very
pizza.
small, but like it had a lot of
Still
stuff.
is.
The Colony Mill. Um,
God, God, I miss the
I
Colony Mill.
know.
God
It,
damn.
it was,
Now it's
it was
apartments.
epic back in the day. It was truly
Christmas time
epic.
at the Colony
Oh,
Mill.
I can smell it. I can smell it.
Yep.
See, there's
Mhm.
nothing.
You walk past a pocket full of rye, and then go into True
Uh,
Necessities, and then
go get
go
something.
upstairs to What's
What's
Next,
next?
and
Ugh.
go downstairs and smell the
Was
tobacco, the
Joe
vanilla
Jones there
tobacco from
too?
the
Joe
Joe Jones was
Jones, yeah.
there.
There were some
Yep, yep.
clays.
Clay's fucking Venus's
We,
jewelry.
I feel like
Pardon my
there was
French. I
I
apologize.
know we get off on a tangent. So you
Get a
were in
little
Keene for a long
sweary.
time. I left Keene, but
Yes.
you stayed in Keene. Um,
Hmm.
kind of again grew up like the next part of your life there. We ended up
Hmm.
being pregnant at the same time, like 2 weeks apart from each other,
Yep.
and we didn't know.
Yep.
And
Yep. Shayna said she was going to tell. I told Shayna I'm pregnant. She said, "Oh, I am too." And then we were just like, "Well, what are we going to do? We got to tell mom and dad." And Shayna's like, "Well, I'm
and then
telling
I
dad on
threatened your
Christmas
life.
because I got a ornament from Hallmark that says that he's going to be a grandfather." And I was like, "I don't
I'm like, you
care.
gotta wait. I mean, I
I don't
pulled
give a
the
crap.
older sister card. I'm like, you gotta wait, and she did. I thank you for that.
No
That
problem.
was my plan.
No problem."
So flash forward 15 and a half years later, we now have two 15-year
Almost
old. Yeah,
16-year-old
that's
girls.
disgusting.
Mm.
I mean, we love them
Hmm.
dearly, but that's gross. Yeah.
It's just weird to
It's
think.
very
It's like,
weird.
I remember being
Yeah.
16.
It's one of those ages where you're like, I remember. Like you remember sixth
Mhm.
grade, you remember like third grade, but like you remember being in high school. Like you remember being a sophomore, you remember being a junior, and you're like,
Hmm. Hmm.
and I can only speak to what it's like raising a kid up here, but like, what's it like down south? Like, you know,
It is different. They try to prep you for college starting in seventh grade. So you are automatically thinking about college in seventh grade. It's not like that up there. That's just, they didn't prep us for college at Keene High School. They prepped us
oh,
for
in
life,
changes and
but
choices,
they
that class they did. I
changes and choices. Oh my
loved that
God.
class.
Yeah, that was a good class. That was a good class. But yeah, it is different down here. It's very sports focused because down here they focus more on college football, not so much NFL. So when we moved here, it was like pick a team, and it was like, I don't know what you're talking about, but okay, I guess Roll Tide. I don't know. But so it is different down here. I think everything's the same with Snapchat and
Yeah, social
TikTok, and I
media.
think they're all the same. But I think in different parts of the United States, the schools are raising our children
I
differently.
agree.
So
I agree.
in a good or bad
Yeah.
way, but it's very college focused down here.
And
So.
what do you think, like throughout the years, like what do you think is the hardest part about being a mom?
The hardest part about being a mom, making sure they're eating nutritiously, making sure they have toilet paper, making sure that they are making the right decisions. And honestly, now that they're getting like to the point of almost 16, it's scary to watch them get in a car and either be a passenger with their friends or drive.
Yeah,
So Mia and Avery will be driving soon, and it's very scary.
it is. It's a whole new type of
Mia for
freedom that
driving,
like,
and
yeah. And I feel the same
like
way.
Mia is good, but it's just
Well,
scary.
I feel the same way because, like, a lot of Avery's friends are older and they already have their license and everything, and they pick her up and everything. I'm
Yep.
always like, wear your seatbelt, like,
Mm-hmm.
and they listen to me they listen. They're good drivers for the most part, but like
Mm-hmm.
all of a sudden I
Mm-hmm.
hear that bass bumping coming up the hill, and I'm like,
Oh my. Oh my.
yeah,
Yeah. So that's crazy.
I know. I'm like, and these kids have like, I'm like, where are you getting these cars? These cars, anyways.
They're
Um,
parents.
so I know your whole story, and I don't, you can tell as much or as little about it as you want, but like, I want people to understand that everybody goes through shit, like you are very
Mm-hmm.
fortunate to live a very like good life right now, you got like a second chance on life. It wasn't always easy for you. Um,
Mm-mm.
and what challenges did you have to overcome? How did you overcome the challenges you had by while remaining like resilient and never giving up? Like, because like I said, you went through some shit, and I'm not saying that you have to
Mm-hmm.
like
Yeah.
like delve
No.
in, but like,
I think everybody has gone through shit,
yeah,
right? So everyone's shit's different. Um, the shit I've been through, it other people could say they've been through worse. So I'm not even gonna talk about what it was, but overcoming any um hardship and, heartbreak and anything in our life, I think you just have to know that it's not permanent.
Right.
It's not permanent. Like, it's not permanent.
Right. It might feel
And
like it
it's
in the
hard to,
moment because
yeah,
you
and
feel
of
like you
course it
can't get
does.
out. And
Even if all your family and all your friends are telling you that it's going to be okay, the only way you're going to think it's okay is by getting through
right.
it. So really, it's just, I always just thought this can't get any worse. And so whatever I do from here is going to be better. So even if that was picking up a second job or, you know, Mia's birthday, she got a gift card to Justice when she was 5 or 6. It was like, yes, I can take her to Justice. I can take her to go get whatever she wants at that store, which, do they even have that store
I
anymore?
don't, I don't think so.
Ah,
I mean,
they loved
I
that
know, but it
store.
was,
Ah,
yeah, they did love that store, but
very, very pink
very
and
pink and
shiny
sparkly. Very
and cute for their
cute.
age. Very cute. But the bottom line is you just have to know that it's not the end, especially at your age. Like, if something horrible happens to you at 26 or 27, you got to know it's not over. You've got a long way to
Yeah.
go. You're going to meet new people. You're going to meet, friends, you know, new relationships, and you just have to know that it's not over. And I think that's what really got me through, for sure.
It's good because sometimes it's hard to have that mindset. I mean, I've learned
Well,
it's harder at sometimes than others to have that mindset, but when you're in it, you can't see
uh-uh.
outside of like the circle. Like you're like tunnel
Mm-hmm.
vision, even though you have like supportive friends and supportive family being like, it's, it won't always be like this. Like Carly Pierce saying,
Mm-hmm.
like, it won't always be like this. Like, but it's so true. And you have to remember
Mm-hmm.
that because I personally am proud of you for how you handled, a pretty bad situation and came out on the other side independently, even before you met David. You know what I mean? Like independently,
Yeah.
you grabbed life by the balls and you were like, this is how it's going to be. Like, I'm going to raise my daughter. And like, this is,
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
and then,
And I mean, I was independent even in my
yeah,
relationship, as sad as that sounds. So, I already had a tough exterior anyway.
yeah.
So it was even better.
You're always
I hate to
better at
say,
that than me.
well, that's okay. Everybody's different and everybody has pluses and minuses. But people are in our lives for seasons and reasons, man.
It's true.
And that's it.
It's so true. And so David, we talked about him a little bit. So you guys have been married.
Man, David, David,
I know
David
David should
rules.
pop in.
Well, he's doing his workout right
Oh, is
now.
he on the
And
Peloton?
no, he's just getting his steps in,
Oh,
and I'm
okay.
just like, ate a cheeseburger, and it's like, sort of
It's
whatever. I
fine.
mean,
It's fine.
but hey, David thrives on a challenge. So, like, even if it's like, hey, you have to have 15,000 steps today or 20,000 steps today, David's like, I'm doing it.
Yep.
I don't care where I am. I'm
Yep.
doing it. I'm doing it. And that's what I love about him. He's got a one of the best mindsets
He's so
and
driven.
positivity.
He's so
So
positive. I
driven.
know. He's just very like, okay,
So yeah, I know, and he's so cute, and I'm so lucky, and I
you
and I,
are.
I thank God for him every day. I thank God for him every day,
I do too
every day.
for you because
Thank you.
well, I know, you know what I mean? It's like,
You sound like my
oh,
mom. You're my mom, not
here's
yours.
your mom, not mine. Um, don't say that. That just me. No. Um, hi mom. Um,
Hey, Marion.
no, but for me, like as your older sister, and I have always felt protective of you, I took care of you through some of those years. Um, and I feel like, knowing that you're secure and happy, down there, like it sucks that I can't see you all the time. Like I hate
I
that.
know.
I hate it. I hate it. And
Mm-hmm.
I cry every
I know.
time.
I know.
I'm such a loser. I cry every time. I'm like,
We'll be like in the lobby with our stuff, and Shayna's like a mile away, like this tiny little thing in a jacket, and I'm like, all right, well, I guess it's that time. And Shayna's like,
oh. Like, I can't. It's not over yet. No. Like, we just saw
I'm
you
like,
guys
Shayna,
for
it's
New
gonna be
Year's.
okay.
You're like, we'll see each other
Yeah,
soon.
but we're gonna see. Yeah, we'll see you in
See you in
May.
Maine.
See you in
See you
May.
in Maine. And
Can't wait.
I know it's just hard, but knowing that you're like, you have a good situation, a great husband, good kiddos, um, and Lola, the dog,
Yep.
and
And Brighton.
yeah,
Brighton is
Brighton.
David's son. He's 12 and he's hilarious and just great. Just Brighton's great. He's a great companion and son. Even it's just like Colby. It's like this age too. It's like all they do is play freaking video
Right,
games, and it's like, have you eaten today?
right,
Drink some
right.
water. Like,
Are you
but
asleep
they're
yet?
fine.
No, they're
They're
fine.
fine.
Yep.
They're fine. They're fine.
Um, I kind of feel like I know what this answer is going to be. Actually, I know what this answer is going to be. Actually, it could be twofold, but I love manifesting things.
One and
Saved
two.
by the
Oh wait,
Bell.
that's threefold.
Oh
No,
no, Chandler.
Chandler
And
when
one,
he's in the box.
I was thinking of Screech in the bed.
Oh yeah.
E-I-E-I-O. Okay, never mind. Allie will
God.
crack up when she hears that.
By the bell.
This is what we do. I love to manifest, and I feel like sometimes I'm reading a book on manifesting, reading a book, trying to. I have many books that I have stacked over
I
here.
just can't. I'm not a reader. I'm
This
not a
this
reader. I'm
one,
sorry.
and then and
Yeah.
Andrea gives me all my suggestions. Manifest here, like so.
Manifest. Okay, well that book looks
Yeah,
cool.
so I'm all about like ever since everything that happened last year, just like manifesting that happening.
Good.
Um, who is your dream person to meet? I know this answer.
Shayna's like, oh, you know
But I feel like
the answer.
no, because you already, just kidding, you've already met Tammy. So who is your,
Right. Yeah. Chelsea Lynn I already met.
yeah,
Obviously Dave
Dave
Matthews. And
Matthews.
the only reason why I say Dave Matthews is obviously I love him, but to have a conversation with him, and just talk to him about him. Because I feel like when people meet him, they all say the same thing. Thank you so much. You seriously changed my life. Like the song "Crash." Like it just like
Crash.
changed my life. And he's just so like, oh my god. Like I know he's a sweet man,
Yeah,
very sweet to his fans. But god damn it,
I know.
nobody wants to
I
hear that.
know.
Nobody asked him how he's doing,
Right.
and I would ask him how
I
he's
know you
doing.
would.
He actually just lost his mom. He just lost his dog.
Love that
So
you know
it's
like
just
all
he's
these
having
things
a
about.
but he's having a tough one right now. But yeah, Dave Matthews. Yep,
And
yep,
how many Dave
yep.
concerts have you been to?
In June will be my 35th.
35.
But that's nothing because people are like, hold up signs. You're like, this is my 268th show. But also, he's been touring for 37
Right.
years. So people have been going
And
multiple
when was
times
your
for
first
37
concert
years.
with him?
2002 in Mansfield,
Oh,
Massachusetts.
Mansfield.
It's like at the Centrum Center. The I don't even know.
No.
Pepsi,
No, I know. Everything's
whatever.
changed names now. Nothing's the
The
same.
Coca-Cola amphitheater.
No, it's
Like,
never been that, but it's close. Um,
yeah.
so we'll manifest that you've gotten close.
Well,
I mean,
manifest.
you've gotten close. You've been like your
I
tickets have been
know.
so close. Like
I
you're
know. We're
you're
always in
getting
the
there.
pit.
We always talk about it with our
That was
cousins,
us.
the twins, Alice and Sarah. Like we have like a group chat, and we're always like, it's gonna happen. It's gonna happen.
But I hope it does.
Yep.
If it doesn't, at least I can be in the pit and be close to him. And I think he does recognize me, and he has looked at me before and kind of smiled. So it's like I can at least have that
Yeah.
because it's like,
Oh yeah, you make connections like with singers and like people they make eye contact and they like feed off that. I love that.
yeah,
Love a
hopefully
concert. When is that coming up?
June 24th
Oh,
in
near my
Birmingham,
birthday.
birthday,
Mm.
Birmingham, Alabama, because they have a new amphitheater that they're building, and he's going to be
Oh,
I think one of the first artists there.
that's sick. Um, okay. So let's pivot a little. And I know this is
Pivot.
pivot. I sound like Phoebe. Stick issues.
Oh my God.
Sticky shoes. I've been doing that
That's the
all week at work.
best.
Um,
That's hilarious.
I know this isn't your favorite topic, but I do know that it is important to you because you care and you care about what other people in our family have gone through, whatever. But what does health and wellness mean to you? Like, like health and wellness, when you hear that, like, what does that mean to you? And like, what are some things that are important for you to do for your health and wellness, either every day or every week?
So whenever I hear health and wellness, I think about more of the wellness part than health. I think about wellness
Yep. Mental
because I
wellness.
think that, yeah, that's the first thing I think of. Because if you don't have that, you will go down a spiral. I feel like you have to mentally be in a good spot to make yourself better. So if you're not, it's hard because people are going to push you. But again, coming back to it's really you need to believe in you. So health and wellness to me really means making sure that you are good mentally to get yourself to where you need to be,
Yep.
pretty
It's
much.
so true. And I think I
Yep.
talked about that a little bit. And actually, I'm going to have someone on in April to really dive into
The mental
the
part of
mental
it.
part of it because it's so important. And
That's
I
awesome.
learned that the very hard way last year. So,
Yep. Yep.
so important.
Yep.
But like, I know your joke is, and you even said it in your bridesmaid speech, is, you know, my sister runs marathons. I can't even run to the mailbox. Like, that's your joke. But like,
Yeah.
you are active, and like, you guys like to walk and you have the Peloton.
Yep. Yep.
What do you like to do? Like, is walking like when it's nice out, like you and David?
Yeah, walking is
So good
great
for you.
for a million
Yeah, it's so
reasons.
good
I
for you.
mean, I can't even believe like David, like he's always in a good mood, but I can just tell in the past month of him walking so much that he is just like so happy. Like this is like plus it helps that the weather's changing and it's
Yeah.
almost taco season and everything's happy and great, but like his mental state has even gotten even better just from him walking 15,000 to 20,000 steps a day. So walking to me is probably the best thing, but also having music too to guide you. And like, even if it's like, it's so stupid, but like Enya and Moby, and
Yeah.
like, I love listening to any type of music. But like, if I'm like
Not country.
in a
Don't
mood,
lie.
not country,
Don't lie. Way down
sorry.
yonder on the Chattahoochee.
Oh my God, it gets hotter than a hoochie
No, where
coochie.
were we I was visiting her. I'm going off the rails, but I was visiting her one time and we were in a car. You were getting like your car worked on or something. And like Sam Hunt, Body Like a
Oh
Back
yeah.
Road came on. And you were like, and I'm singing along, I'm like,
Oh,
Body Like a Back Road. And
oh
you're
yeah.
like,
Shayna knew every
you
word and
literally looked up at the
terrible.
speaker and you were like, this song is stupid.
Horrible.
You
Horrible.
were making fun of it so bad. Anyways, you live in
God
the
bless
South, like
anybody that makes,
you
yeah,
live,
well,
countries everywhere, but
but yeah, no, that song's a little ridiculous. No offense to those that love it and those that made it. I just, it's like all the same. It's just like,
no, it's not. We can fight about that later,
okay,
but
okay.
so you like listening to music, like I know you like to clean. I know you're like a clean, I won't say clean
hmm
freak, but
Yeah, always have to have, like, if I'm cleaning, there's rap on. There's rap
yeah,
on. I gotta listen to the rap.
yeah.
Like,
Tell us, like, we know you like Dave Matthews, but what are some of your favorite like rappers or your
I mean, rappers have always been Lil Wayne,
YMCMB?
Young Money, Cash Money Business.
You had the shirt.
I
I bought
mean,
you.
yep, it might not fit me now, but it fit me back then, that's for sure. I don't know. I just like I like so much music now. It's crazy. Like I could literally listen to pretty much almost anything. But love Smashing
Yep.
Pumpkins. Love Chris Stapleton.
Yep.
I do like some
Yep.
country, but to me, he's not like
He's more
country.
like bluegrass, like
Yes.
he's like
hmm
soulful. It's not
Man, he's
twangy.
one of the best people I've ever seen.
I
I've
know
ever seen. He was
he's on my
so
bucket list.
good.
He's definitely on my bucket list.
Brandy Carlisle, one of the
Yep.
best people I've ever seen. My mouth was on the floor. I couldn't believe how amazing she was in concert. Yeah,
Music
I
is
mean, just
important.
it is. It's important anyway. But like when you're trying to motivate yourself to make yourself better, or make your family better, or your dog better, and have a clean environment, declutter, and yeah, music is number one. Absolutely.
Yeah. And sometimes it
Yeah.
is Enya that's like motivating you to
Oh
wash
yeah.
your
Freaking
counter.
Caribbean blue.
Oh,
Yep.
oh, can't
Yep.
sing. Um,
Ah.
Another thing that I feel like elevates your everyday is having traditions and creating traditions and memories. Why am I clapping? And those are things that are important to us. Like traditions are so important
hmm
to our family.
Yeah, our family is a tradition
Yeah.
family for sure.
So talk a little
hmm
bit about some of our traditions that we have.
Well, Shayna and I had a very, very amazing upbringing.
Yes.
We were so blessed to have amazing cousins on both sides.
Grandparents on both
You know,
sides.
grandparents, aunts, uncles. Like we are so blessed that we've had the most. I mean, a lot of families say my family is
Yeah.
the best
But
family.
but ours
You know,
is
so is
ours
ours.
is the best.
So is
Yeah.
ours. So, I mean, our Christmases, our Easters, our Thanksgivings, just like Shanna and I danced our whole life, so they would come to our
Recital in
recitals, and
June.
even our boy cousins would
Yeah.
come to our recitals, and it's like we are so lucky that we had that, and we're lucky we had our boy cousins too because they lived right down the
Yep.
street, so they were
They're
like
like
our
our
brothers.
brothers.
So it's just we're just very lucky to have that tradition of grandparents' house on holidays, and summers at Aunt Linda's house. I'm going on the boat with Uncle Dave, and just like so many things. But Maine has been the number one tradition. We go to Old Orchard Beach every single year. I mean, Dad's been going since he was a baby,
Yeah.
so 70 plus
Yeah.
years of going to the same
Generations
beach.
just keep on coming, you know.
So
Their kids
that's
had kids
pretty
and
pretty big.
yeah. It's
We can't make it to Old Orchard every year, but we're coming this year because we got to go. So I'm very excited about
I
it.
know. It's always weird when somebody's missing, especially you guys. And like as the years go on, things change, lives change, responsibilities change, and it's not like the heyday that it was. Like, we had some years where it was just the best. But the thing is like no matter how long you're there for, you know, we're always trying to get the same staples in, like, and some people might think it's weird, but some people, when I tell them that I have 30 plus people that we all go together and congregate
Yeah,
in like
dude.
like same-ish area and sit on the beach and go out and play games and play cornhole and get Bill's Pizza and Pure Fries and go to
Yep.
Fun Town. You know what I mean? It's like,
Yep.
those
Yep.
are things that like literally when we're old and gray, we'll be like, remember that time we went on the
Yeah.
sea
And we
dragon,
are lucky that, oh, yeah. Oh, my God. The Sea Dragon, I
the
swear to God, is going to
riptide.
come off the hitches.
No.
Oh yeah, the Riptide. But I mean, we are also lucky that we've had a couple unfortunate deaths in our family too soon that
Hmm.
are unfair. But we are lucky that we've had a good amount of good health in our family. I think that we definitely were handed some bullshit that's unfair in a couple of people in our family, but they're with us every day, and man, we're just going to keep doing these traditions so our
Yeah.
kids can have them and their kids can have them. And
I mean, and
those little brats better keep going to
I
Old
know.
Orchard
And
Beach
I mean,
after we're dead
Jonathan
and
and
gone.
I
I swear to
literally
God.
we like pinky swear to pact. We were like, we're going to keep this thing going. We're going to get the kids to keep these things. I remember we were like in college.
Thank God.
I
Yeah.
think
Okay,
I may have
good.
been crying. Like, yes, we are. I know it's shocking for me to be crying, but,
Well, yeah. Why were you crying? That's
because
weird.
I was just like, I shut up.
I'm kidding.
I fell into that trap. But
You did.
so not even just traditions is like family. Like family is so important, and I feel like I fall like I'm not as good at it as it used to be. I used to be all about like sending birthday cards and like cards and like I don't like never miss a beat, but like life gets busy and everything. And like the same thing goes
Oh
with like
yeah.
calling. our parents or calling our cousins or whatever, you know what I mean? Because we don't get to see them as often as we'd like to. But family has always been such a huge staple for us. And not a lot
Yes.
of people are fortunate to have that, you know? So I think
No.
that's when like friends turn into family. You know, even if you
Mm-hmm.
have one good friend like that, you know, that could be like your family. It's
Definitely.
about
Oh yeah.
relationships.
Friends are
Yeah.
family. Absolutely.
It's like
Definitely.
relationships, you know, fostering good
Yep.
relationships. And like you said earlier, like people are in your life for reason, season, lifetime. And when the bad ones are out, clear, bye-bye,
Bye.
bye, bye, bitch.
Okay. See you, bitch. Good knowing you. Fucking A. God
Oh,
damn it.
yeah. You know, you got to get through some bad
Should do
ones.
this with cocktails instead
I
of
know.
water.
We're like with our
All
Stanleys.
this health crap.
Hey.
Let's get drinking. Just kidding.
Everything in moderation.
That's
Um,
right.
so speaking of elevating your everyday, since I started this podcast and I've been talking to you about it for a while, and we were going to try to do something, but you know, whatever, life. And I figured
Mm-hmm.
having you as my first guest was the next best thing. So what is one
Awesome.
thing that you do to elevate your everyday, and what is one thing that you want to start doing to elevate your everyday? And that could mean anything. Like that could mean like,
Okay.
so like what do you do every
Yeah.
day that like makes you a happy person? And then what is something that you would like to start doing to make your day brighter?
Okay. Well, first thing I need to start doing is honestly planning dinner. Who's with me?
Yeah, I
Dinner.
know.
What the words? What's for dinner? I. So I've become be I've be what's that? Started a new career um, a couple years ago. I work for a woman's own small business. We manufacture communication systems for the military and beyond. And I am working 8 to 5. And so
Which you
now
never did
I still work
before.
at,
Like
no, no,
I've
no.
worked a 9 to 5 like forever in a day.
Yeah,
But this
no.
is new for you.
And
Newer.
I still work at the salon. I rent a booth on Fridays. I still do hair, but only on Fridays. So now that I'm out at 5, then I have to sit through traffic for probably about a half hour every day. I'm not getting home till 5:40, and if I have to get Mia from track practice, it's just I know I'm not the only
Yeah,
one.
you're not.
Dinner
I'm literally
is the
my dinner is
worst.
sitting right here. It's 9 o'clock at
Yeah.
night. Yeah.
Sometimes David's like, "Do we need to eat dinner?" And I'm like,
Yes,
"Yes,
you
we
need
need
to
to eat
eat
dinner."
dinner.
Like, so I'm pretty bad at that, and by bad I mean I don't cook all the time. So I'm more of a, hey, what could we get? Or what could I quickly make that's maybe not the most
Right.
healthiest for us? But so that is something that I really, this year, I'm really trying to work on is planning meals. Meal
Yeah.
prepping is also another thing. David's getting good at that. God, David's doing so much better than me. Like, David's like, I'm going to be the best. And I'm like, I'll be there on your,
He's gonna be
behind
ripped
you.
in Maine,
Like a little,
riding a surfboard.
he is going to be ripped in Maine. I'm going to be like, who wants some
Oh my
rolls?
God, stop it.
Baker's dozen. But anyway, long story short, that's what I would like to start to have in my life. But every day if I'm going to elevate my every day, what do I do? Honestly, is I help a lot of people all day,
You do.
whether it's all day. And I can't even really say one thing. I could help David. I could help, Sergeant Foster from Fort Campbell, Kentucky. I could help my boss.
Your clients
So
in
I
their
help a
salon
lot.
chair.
My clients that are crying about
You're like a
it's
therapist. Yeah.
terrible. I am a therapist.
Oh, oh. Oh, a
Uh-huh,
term,
therapist.
therapist. Oh,
There's a
TM,
term.
TM.
There's a term. Copyright it. So yeah, I'm always helping people, I feel. And I do love doing that. I do. And I feel like I always have an answer. So it's really good that I can kind of seal the deal on whatever they need. So that's what I do to elevate my everyday.
I'm with you.
How about you?
I'm, and you. Um,
And how about you,
yeah,
Shayna?
well, it's the same for me, like helping people every day. to make themselves be
Yeah, you definitely do.
better versions
You're
of them.
you're you're physically doing it too, which is even better because when someone's looking at somebody doing something, they definitely feel like they can do it.
Yeah.
Like, you can jump on this box. No, I can't. And then you do it, and then she goes, "Yeah, you know what? I can do that."
Yeah.
So that's great. I'm proud of you, Shane. It's a lot of things that you've been doing and learning, and it's insane.
Yeah. It truly is, when you're passionate about something, it comes easy. You know what I mean? Like
Yes.
today was a long fucking day. Like a long day.
Yeah,
Like I
dude.
was literally at the gym at 4:45 this morning for clients, and then I literally did a million things in between. I had classes, worked, did a million things in between, went to parent teacher conference, went to the gym to cover class, closed
Mm.
the gym, zoomed back here.
Damn, you're a
It was a
badass.
long day, but you
It's
know what?
crazy.
Like when I think about everything that I accomplished today and that the people that I worked with today accomplished, it's so
Yeah.
like fulfilling. Like I had yesterday at 5:10 in the morning, I had 24 people in my class. 24
That's
people. Like
Oh my god, I'm
I,
sleeping.
I I know people love
Sleeping at
people love a
5:20.
5 a.m. And that's a whole
Mm-hmm.
nother like episode I want to do. Like, how do you become part of the 5 a.m. club? But
That's insane.
it's just when you can fit it in. It's like, how do
Mm-hmm.
you, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
This isn't about me. This is about you. But, um,
Yeah.
we are very supportive of each other, and it's good to have
Yes, for
that
sure.
support system. You know what I mean? Because,
Yes. Yes.
because we can't physically see each other. We do FaceTime when we can and call each other in the mornings when we can. So
Yep.
it's good
Yep.
to stay connected with
Yep.
your people. Um,
Definitely.
a couple more questions. More of like a reflection type of a question. So since I knew you when you were 18, what,
Why is that funny?
I don't
Why is
know.
that
Was
funny?
that when you crashed my car? No, wait, that was when you were 15. Yeah.
15. 15. What was I? I was such a
You
liar.
were a
Told mom I rolled
liar. Oh
backwards.
my
Mom's
God.
like, "Oh, so if you roll backwards, why is the front of the car messed up?" And I'm like,
And I'm in
"Oh,
college going,
they got
what?
me."
You took my car?
Yeah.
But
Sorry.
what advice would you give to your 18-year-old you, and why?
18-year-old
Yeah.
me. To relax. Because I think at 18 we think, oh my god, I gotta go do this. I'm an adult. I gotta pay bills. I gotta get loans. I gotta get a credit card. I gotta do all the. It's like no, relax. Because at 18, you relax.
No.
So
18.
that's what I would have told myself. Relax,
It's
slow
it's
down.
so true. I mean, we still need to tell, I mean, I still need to tell myself to relax. But
Oh
you know.
yeah, but at 18 we just mentally think we have to like hurry.
Yeah.
Like, whether it's, oh, I gotta go to college or I gotta go get this job or I gotta get an apartment and just
Yeah.
relax,
That's
slow down.
slow down because
Yep.
yeah,
Because you're
you're
18.
18.
You don't need it. You don't need to do all that.
Yeah.
No.
And I feel like you fast tracked a lot of stuff in your early life, and then you kind of like settled down later in life.
Yeah. Yep. Mm-hmm.
So yeah, that's great advice. Um,
Yeah. Oh, lost you.
oh,
Sorry.
um,
There we
I'm
are.
gonna throw this one out there. What's one of your favorite memories with me?
Hmm.
I
There's
I
too
I
many.
have one, but I want you to go.
You
I do.
do? I'm sure. Well, I'll let
Like a
you go
funny,
because
it's a funny one.
go ahead because it might be what I think it. Go ahead.
In Maine,
Well, of
you
course, but
well
what one
you
are you talking about?
when I was like, when you were in beauty school and I was like, will you highlight my hair? And we decided to do it in Maine, and you pulled it through the cap, and I don't know if we didn't have a toner or it didn't tone, but it was horrible, and I was freaking the
It
fuck
was
out.
horrible.
And we
Yeah.
had like a screaming match where like our whole family of like 30 people was like, what is going on? And I was like, you ruined my hair. And you were like,
Okay,
you asked me to do it. Da, da, da. And it was
but
hilarious.
also, You are very picky about your
I
hair.
know. I know.
That was terrible. I'm not saying that wasn't horrible because it was.
I mean, we
But
were
you are
young.
very picky
We were
about your hair.
young. It was younger
Yeah, I
Shayna
was
and Alyssa.
literally 18 years old.
Yeah.
I was 18 years old. See?
Yeah.
Shayna, my memories I have of you of when I was, obviously so many times in Maine, but a lot of my memories with you are from when we were little because I was looking up to you as I was little. So many things that you did, I wanted to do just like you. And so it's not so much a memory, it's more of a period of my life that I specifically remember looking up to you for. So I can't think of like one specific thing. But I can just think about being young and wanting to be like you and do everything you were doing.
Really?
So
I never knew that.
yeah, I'm not going to tell you that.
Oh, that's so
So you
sweet.
would have hated me even more, bitch.
Well, I didn't almost set my room on fire because I lit a tissue on a
I was
candle.
I was doing
Okay.
witchcraft,
Well,
so that's why that happened. Don't fuck with me. No,
you've watched The Craft too
no,
many
really,
times. No, but seriously. Um,
no, but honestly,
okay. So as we conclude here, if I don't know if you have like a quote that like you love or your face, you're like, or like a piece of advice like that you could give the listeners, like a piece of advice and then like what you could do or what you could advise other people to do to elevate their everyday
piece of
or a
advice
quote. It could be from Dave
or a
Matthews,
quote.
it doesn't.
No, that's what I don't like. Says I don't like that stuff.
Okay.
Um, man, it's just a piece of advice would probably be better because I can't think of a quote.
Okay.
But it comes back to what I would tell myself at 18 is to just enjoy your life.
Mm.
Whatever you do that makes you happy, do it
Oh,
or that you want to do it.
yeah.
Now, don't steal and, do bad things, smoke cigarettes and be a dirtbag.
Oh.
I'm saying just do what makes you happy because literally we only have one life. I'm about to be 40 this year.
40.
So it's scary to think about. It is.
It is
It's
scary. I'm
scary.
older than you. Hi. I was just having
I
this
know. But
conversation
actually
today.
saying the word 40 is rather scary.
It is, but like,
So,
I don't, it's nothing.
so live your life.
Exactly.
Hey, instead of chasing that paper,
Live
just
your
live
life.
your
I think
life.
I played that song today. Yeah,
That's a good one, dude.
it's
She's right.
it's true. She's right. And
So
yeah,
live it.
live it.
Live it. We only got one. And then when we reincarnate as a caterpillar or something, we really don't have a long life. Someone just step on
Right.
us.
And
Like,
so,
oh, there goes your life.
God,
I'm serious.
I know. And sometimes you get a second chance on life, like me, and that's why
Yeah,
I'm,
exactly.
so passionate about doing it all and just going
You're
for it
right.
and hoping.
Just gotta be careful while you're
Yeah,
doing it, and
I'm
just and
very,
just
I've learned a
go
lot.
slow.
I've learned a lot, and that's a whole nother
Drink
episode.
water.
Drink my water,
Eat food.
eat my food. That's here too.
That's the other thing. Like, don't not eat food. Eat
No, eat
the fucking
food. Like
food.
like multiple meals
I
and
just had Five
snacks.
Guys.
Ooh,
I just had
what'd you
Five
get?
Guys, and I shouldn't. Bacon
Cheeseburger.
cheeseburger.
Bacon cheeseburger?
But at Five Guys, you have to order a little cheeseburger so that it's a normal one. And if you don't say little, it's like this big. So I used a fork and knife because big.
Oh. Is it free two hearts? Oh, wow. That is
Oh my god!
hilarious.
Yes,
Wow.
that rules.
I didn't know that
Hearts.
happened.
For those of you listening that aren't
Right.
looking,
We're
we
making
just made a heart
hearts with our
and
hands
hearts came flying
and
out of it on the
virtual
screen.
hearts just came flying at us. So yeah, I'll see if we can get a
What else are
clip
they
of that
hearing?
one.
That's so funny.
And yeah, do you have any shout outs or we got,
Shout outs to
yeah,
everybody. Shout outs to everybody. Just love everybody. I love everybody. I just want everyone to be happy and do the damn thing every day, but don't forget to take care of yourself
yes,
because if you ain't good,
no
ain't
one
nobody
good.
good.
Yep. We didn't even plan
And that's that.
and we know. Take your vitamins, drink your water, take your electrolytes, eat your food,
Go for a
go for a
walk,
walk, use the Peloton,
eat a cheeseburger,
meditate.
meditate. Yeah, meditate too.
Katie, that was so funny, her comment too, when you were, just, be quiet with me. And I can just picture you being
Be
like,
here with me.
be,
And I was like,
okay,
what? Some guy on the Peloton telling me to be present
be
with me.
present with me.
Buddy, I'm not being present with you. Be present with my husband. I ain't gonna be present with you.
My, meditation skills are not the best, but it is very good for you.
Yoga too. Yoga rules too.
Yep. Yoga.
All right, well, guys, I'll be back. Shayna's got to get the people in that actually are, uh, educational, and then I'll be back.
I mean, I wanted it to be,
You know what I
yeah,
mean?
but I wanted it to be like lighthearted. And I knew we would have
Yeah,
like a natural conversation. And like, obviously, there's like professionals and things that,
yeah, of course, of course.
um, that I want to,
Yeah,
next week I'm going to have, somebody on to talk about physical therapy and all
nice,
that, which I'll plug later, next week.
nice.
But yeah, just
Friday,
kind
Shane.
of
This rules. Keep it
thank
going.
you.
Keep it
I
going.
appreciate your support.
You're
And
probably gonna have people listening from all over the United States
well,
and the Gulf of Mexico
in, in
listening.
the yes, let's hope. I
Hopes.
really hope that it'll be big. But, like I said, even if one person listens and gets something out of it and like laughs and
Yeah,
whatever,
and they will.
you know,
This certainly will make our parents' lives just listening to
I
this.
know. And Aunt Linda, because she texted me,
Yep.
and, all of our cousins, animals,
Mm-hmm.
and everybody. So,
Mm-hmm.
well, I love you and I appreciate
Love you
you
too,
to do
Shane. Thanks for
this.
having me on.
So,
Mm-hmm.
stay tuned for the next episode of Elevate Your Everyday. This is your host, Shayna Purcell. Have a great day and don't forget to find that one thing that will elevate your everyday. Bye.
See
Bye,
ya.
guys.